Hey, good people, how you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of NextLevelGuitar.com. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. And recently I received a question that I thought was pretty cool. I got to give a shout out to Anthony. And Anthony asked this question. He said, "Hi David, really enjoy your lessons and videos. You're an excellent teacher and I always learn something every time I watch. I had a question regarding guitar storage. Would you recommend dropping the tuning to E flat or even D for long-term guitar storage? I don't plan to stop playing. I just have a couple of old guitars that I want to store properly. Many thanks, Anthony." First off, Anthony, thanks for your kind words on my teaching. So glad I can help you along your guitar journey. And it's a great question. And today I'm going to talk about my 6 best tips for storing guitars. And before we get going, if you could do me a favor, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel, that really helps. It helps us to keep bringing the content, right? If you have a comment, leave it in the comment box below. Let us know what lessons you'd like to see. Let us know what questions you have. I do regular Q&A sessions, regular FAQs. So let us know. Leave a comment. Let us know what gear you'd like to see reviewed. Let us know what lessons you'd like to see. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Give it a like, and we so appreciate it. So the first thing you need to know about storing your guitars is one of the most important things is climate control. And when we're talking about climate control, we're talking about temperature and humidity levels. These are incredibly important. Most guitars are made from solid woods, so they're very susceptible to things like extreme humidity levels. So if your guitar is exposed to these extreme humidity levels, you could suffer from things like, warping of the neck, damaging of the finish, cracking, high action, fret buzz, and other things. So in general, you want to store your guitars in a climate-controlled room or area where the humidity isn't too high and it isn't too low. You want to maintain consistent humidity level. That's the main thing. One of the most important things, store your guitars in a climate-controlled room with consistent temperature, consistent humidity that's not too high and too low. Never in like an attic or like a garage where there's no climate control, or in a basement, maybe that's really, has a lot of humidity or something and not climate control. So you want to avoid those places. Second tip is store your guitars in hard cases. I'm a big fan of the hard case, not so much a big fan of the gig bags. Gig bags are nice because they're convenient. Throw them over your shoulder. They're light and easy, but they don't offer a lot of protection. Yes, there's some newer ones on the market that have a lot more padding, and they are super convenient, but for storing, you always be better off, just in case, God forbid, something falls on it or something. But here's the thing, store your guitars standing up, not flat on the ground. You want your guitars in their natural position, right? So you're going to store your guitars in hard cases standing up like this. Bang, 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 right? Not laying down like this in the case and another one on top of it, and then on top of it like a deck of cards, right? You want to keep your guitars in the position that they normally should be in, standing up. And also, if you can't, for some reason, have them standing up, at least have them like this, maybe lying on the cases on their sides. So at least they're still, vertical somewhat, and then store them like this in their cases, right? Another thing, like Anthony asks, is the string tension. You're going to want to leave some tension on the neck. If you just remove all the tension, you could end up with neck bowing issues. So I suggest tuning down probably a whole step or a step and a half. All the strings, drop them at least a whole step, step and a half. You want to have some tension on the neck. That's very important. And if you'd like a free video lesson where I can show you all kinds of ways to spice up your guitar playing, just doing little things that make a big difference, I'll send it to you for free. That and my biggest blues rock soloing ebook. Tons of scale diagrams, lessons, major minor keys, soloing strategies. It's great. You'll get the video lesson and the ebook for free. Just click on that link below. The fourth tip is when you're storing your guitars, think more about the center of the building than keeping your guitars stored in rooms along the outer edge of the building. Because if there's an outside wall and you're storing them like against the wall in that room, and you live in an area or a country that gets really cold in the winter, that outside wall might get pretty cold, and that's going to affect the temperature of the guitar. You'll have more consistent temperatures closer to the center of the building, like standing up in a closet, right? So think about that and try to get your storage, if you can, more in toward the center of the building. I live in San Diego, Southern California. It never really gets too hot or too cold here. It's kind of like springtime all year round. So it's not so much of an issue here, but if you do live in an area of the country, or if you live in a country that experiences extreme heat, extreme cold, think about more toward the center of the room, because that's center of the building, I should say, because that's going to be more consistent temperature-wise. Fifth tip, if you have a vibrato equipped guitar, take the vibrato or the tremolo arm, take it off and store that in the case. Leave the arm off. The exception to that would be like a Bigsby. If you have the Bigsby, you can just kind of fold it back over, and that will be below the highest point, the top of the bridge, so you can leave that on. And the sixth tip, which is really important too, is be sure and clean your guitar thoroughly before you put it in the case to store it. And this is important too, because remember, if you have nickel frets especially, they can experience oxidation, which can lead to rust. So I know that happened to me one time. I didn't clean my guitar off. I think it was after a gig, and I ended up storing it for quite some time. When I opened it back up, guess what? I had a light rusting on the strings and the frets. So that was my bad, because I didn't wipe the strings down. I didn't clean off the frets and clean the guitar thoroughly. So you want to make sure, give the guitar a thorough cleaning, especially the frets and the strings, right, before you store it long term. Those are my top 6 tips for storing guitars. I hope they help you. If you have any follow-up questions, list them below, or you can always ask me a question if you feel more comfortable via email. You can email me at thenextlevelguitar@yahoo.com. Ask me anything, like I say, and look out for my regular FAQ videos. Tons and tons more lessons coming up. I got a lot of killer content, so please stay tuned. Remember, subscribe to that channel. That really helps us to keep bringing the content. Don't forget, click on that link below. I'll send you a killer free video lesson and a free ebook. Really help you dress up your lead guitar playing. If you like the video, click the like button, share it, give it a thumbs up, spread the word about Next Level Guitar. I thank you so much. I so appreciate it. I appreciate your support. And we're going to keep bringing the best possible content here at Next Level Guitar. Keep putting those guitars in your hands every day. Thanks, Anthony, for your question. And I will see you in the next lesson. Remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. Rock on.